Residents of Kokosi in Fochville are forced to fetch water from a drained sewage for the past 5 months. We understand that they are here because of the Merafong Municipality owing rainwater over 1 billion rand due to not paying for water consumption. With me right now, I have the Merafong Municipality spokesperson, Thabo Moloja, who's going to speak to us about the water crisis that is faced by the residents of Kokosi. Mr. Thabo, thank you so much for your time. Residents are fetching water from a drained sewage, which is obviously a health hazard for them. Can you please talk about this as the city, as the municipality?
Look, thank you for having us, Busaluto, and the SABC team. For us, really, we know the challenges of water. We must say that we provide water tankers to the affected areas. It's not just Kokosi, but Kokosi is the most hard hit by the water restrictions imposed by rainwater, not by Merafong Municipality. However, we must also indicate that there are individuals who are blocking water tankers from entering Kokosi. We would have even registered criminal cases against those individuals, because those people, they refuse water tankers from coming into Kokosi to provide water to schools, to clinics, and to residents of Kokosi, which is quite wrong. You might be frustrated by the fact that there is no water, but you have no right to prevent the municipality from providing alternative form of water to the affected areas.
Mm-hmm. We understand that as the municipality, you had a meeting with Rainwater. Can you please tell us about the outcome of the meeting last week?
Look, we continue to engage Rainwater through the IGR forum, which is convened by the MEC of Kokta in the province, MMC Mamabolo, Rainwater, as well as Salga. With the latest bit is that, look, we have presented a couple of options on how we can resolve the water crisis. We accept that we are not collecting enough to be able to can pay what is due to Rainwater, but we have been paying. And also there's a story that we're not paying. We pay about 10 million per month. We don't even collect 10 million. But because of the other sources of revenue in the municipalities, we have been paying 10 million per month, which is short of what Rainwater is billing us. We have presented proposals about a whole range of issues. Unfortunately, Rainwater in this meeting, it brings some of the time, it brings junior officials who can take decisions. You don't have a chair who's coming into that meeting, the chair of Rainwater, and this makes it difficult really for a meeting to take conclusive decisions. We are now await this coming week, because weekly, these meetings they take place weekly to make presentations, to offer alternatives, to say how best can we resolve the water crisis in Merafong.
Let's talk about the water tankers that are provided to the residents. The residents are claiming that, well, I spoke to them earlier today, they're claiming that it's not enough for all of them. Let's talk about this.
Okay, look, I hear that point, and for me, if they are raising the point that it's not enough, because obviously the water tankers, they come in a schedule. There are water tankers that comes in the morning, those that will come in the afternoon, because in the morning some people are at work, you don't find them, but in the afternoon you expect to find them. If there's an issue that the tankers are not sufficient, I think they ought to raise it with the relevant councillors in their ward, so that the point is escalated, because there are we have not had instances where water tankers, they leave people being on the queue and there's no water provided. But if there's a case, it must be reported to the councillors, who then report to the MMCs, and the tankers can be provided. But we must continue to call on for caution, that you can't stone these tankers as they enter Kokosi. You can't refuse them to enter the areas. If now you are fine with water tankers, you don't want that water, it's okay. But allow the residents of Kokosi who don't have water, who need the water, to be able to access that water from the water tankers.
And lastly, Thabo, what is going to happen now moving forward? Because we understand that residents cannot continue living without water. What's going to happen moving forward?
Look, that is why we're providing alternative form, right? But that is not the permanent solution. A permanent solution is for us to aggressively, as the municipality, the mayor has launched as Kokosi a campaign, which is a credit control campaign to say, let's go to businesses and ensure that businesses, they pay what is due to the municipalities. Let's go to residences across the municipalities, not just in Kokosi, across the municipality, to say, let's pay for our services so that we are can be able to pay rent water. But also there is also a process to go aggressively to register people who can't afford to pay. Because whether we like it or not, we know that there are people who can't afford to pay, who don't have the means to pay, but they are not in the indigence register. Let's put them in the indigence register so that we can clear their debts and we can give them the free services that they deserve. But unless you do all these things, because it's not just one part, you must do a whole lot of things, and we need the community to also work with us in ensuring that we are able to resolve the crisis of rainwater. The crisis of rainwater, it will not be resolved by the municipality alone. It requires business to play their part, it requires communities to play their part, and it requires the municipality to play its part, including rainwater as well.